Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Pac-12 Portal Pulse. It's your daily 15-minute pulse check on every roster move, transfer decision, return rumor, coaching change for the 9 schools headed to the new Pac-12 for the 2026 season. I'm Steve Ivy, your host. So here's the deal. The portal officially opens in just 6 days. Today's April 1st. I won't be doing any April Fool's jokes. I am sick and tired already of April Fool's jokes um, being on social media. You won't be hearing me doing any of that. You can live with it with everybody else. But anyway, the portal officially opens in 6 days. Right now, it does feel kind of quiet, but trust me, this is the calm before the tsunami. I did a little research. Um, I mean, we're already seeing real movement in the last few days. Over 700 players have announced intentions to go into the portal. 700 D1 players, not that doesn't include any D2 players and graduate students that may have announced they're going in. Um, but once the portal opens next week, it's going to get chaotic. Just to put that 700 into perspective, last year over 2,700 players went into the portal. So we still have several thousand announcements coming. So let's see. Here we go. Here's a comment. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hey, if you're out there, let me know where you're from. Drop your school in the chat right now, whatever school you're watching from. Hit the like button if you can. Let's jump into today's updates and get you ready for this tsunami that's on its way. We're going to go into the announcements that started over the weekend, right before the weekend. I did a little pilot show on Friday. Some announcements came Friday and have come between now and between then and now. And the first one I want to hit is San Diego State. I talked about BJ Davis last week. Now I'm going to talk about this young man, Miles Byrd. This is a huge announcement. Miles Byrd, a 6'6" guard from Stockton, California. Has 1 year of eligibility left and announced his intent to go into the portal. He's the reigning Mountain West Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He's the last link for San Diego State to that 2023 championship, NCAA Final Four championship game team as well. He announced Friday he's heading into the portal. He's a grad student, 25-26. He averaged 10.4 points, 4.7 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1.9 steals, 1.2 blocks. 1.9 steals, 1.2 blocks. There's the reason he won the Defensive Player of the Year award while shooting 40.5% from the field. This comes on top of BJ Davis, a scoring guard, a microwave scoring guard, who announced he's going into the portal as well. So this is a big hit. Just a quick thing on Miles Byrd. This kid is going to have a lot of interest in the portal. Trust me, I can tell you right now, any team that's going to the Pac-12, if he knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I'm interested in coming to your school," they'd say, "How much and when can you be here?" This kid is a hell of a player. I think he will get better in a different kind of system that maybe plays a little faster. I know CSU recruited him very, very heavily and wanted him really badly. And this is a kid who's similar, who could take a similar trajectory if he ends up with the right situation as a Neek Clifford. Obviously, he's done more than Neek Clifford did in his 3 years at CU. But Neek Clifford came to CSU, played 2 years. The first year was the third team All Mountain West Conference player. By the second year, he was the MVP of the Mountain West tournament and parlayed that and all what he added into a 24th pick in the first round of the NBA draft. Miles Byrd is very much a player that if he can improve in certain areas, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He's already got it on the defensive side, but if he can make better decisions and become a better shooter, this kid could be a first round draft pick. So that's my take on him. A hell of a player. He's gonna be in demand. It is a big loss for San Diego State, but it wasn't unexpected either. So they knew, they had a pretty good feel he was heading into the portal. The next guy, let's talk about Drew Fielder from Boise State. This is huge, and this was actually, I thought, a really big announcement. They're losing Leading scorer, Boise's the Broncos, 6'11" big Drew Fielder, 2025-26. He averaged 14.7 points, 5.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, shot almost 55% from the field and over 40% from three in 32 games. My take, this had to come as a surprise to Boise. He played 2 years at Georgetown. He's a kid who grew up, whose family is from Boise. They Boise got him last year over a very strong interest from the University of Southern California, and he chose to come to Boise. And I would have thought he would have stayed in Boise, but he had a tremendous year. Second team All Mountain West. I actually thought he deserved to be first team. He has decided to move on, and a lot of that is driven by the fact that the big market, the market for a good big player, especially a mature big player, is you're talking several $1 million in the portal. So uh, I don't think he's going to necessarily end up with a better situation than he's got in Boise, but he'll end up on a better team for more money. Keep an eye on him. I think he's gonna. We'll see what happens. He's a Westerner. He's already gone back east. I would expect him to stay in the West. I'm dying to see if there's interest from other Pac-12 teams, especially one that happens to be located in Spokane. But heck of a player, and I'll tell you, he's going to get a lot of. He's going to command a lot of things, a lot of interest. Uh, let's move on. Let me talk. I was just checking some of the comments, see if we got some of the regulars out here. Jake, Taylor, Lee, I see you out there. We'll get your comments in a little bit. Let's get into some of the other player movement. We'll go pretty much in alphabetical order through the conference. Colorado State reserve forward Augie Kiedoulis, 6'8", 220-pound forward from Vilnius, Lithuania, is expected to hit the portal. He announced on Sunday night, 2025-26. He averaged almost 6 points and 3 rebounds on 53% shooting and 40% shooting from three. Just a quick thing on Augie. Great kid. A lot of people thought he'd have a bigger play a bigger part in the role in CSU, and a good chance he would have been not just a starter but a key starter. Came from VMI, where he averaged 15 points a game and had high respect in the Southern Conference, which is a good conference. And Augie came in and had some medical issues over the summertime, and fell out of ability to start. Didn't get a chance to practice. Went through a period where he didn't practice, and fought his way to get into the lineup. Had a couple of games with injuries. When injuries hit the bigs with CSU, Augie got some starts and had some great games as a starter. Grand Canyon had 14 points on the road when CSU beat Grand Canyon down in Phoenix. Came back home and they lost to New Mexico, but he had a season high of 20 points against New Mexico. And good player. Could never quite seem to find a meaningful role coming off the bench. He was a little bit inconsistent, probably looking for more playing time. He's a good player and he'll thrive in a system where he gets more playing time. So that's Augie Kiedoulis. He's announced he's moving on. Fresno State has seen some serious movement over the last few days, serious announcements. First, we talked last week about Deshaun Gorey, freshman, who was a stud, announcing his intent to go in the portal. They've had several other people announce subsequently. Center Wilson Jakes, a freshman, 7-foot freshman, averaged nearly 9 points and 9 rebounds on 48% shooting in 32 games. Came on as the season went on, which was very, very good as a big man. Freshmen don't always do well as bigs, and did really, really well. Announced his intent to go into the portal. We'll see what happens with him. Guard Zayn Collins, 6'1" junior, put up 11.6 points, 3.4 rebounds, 4.6 assists. Was really the straw that stirred the drink for Fresno State when he got hurt. They struggled. He was a very, very highly recruited guard, originally supposed to go to UNLV, had some legal problems, went to junior college, ended up at Fresno State. That's a loss. He'll get a good he should get a good gig somewhere. And then forward, Gasper Kosovar, 6'10" forward, averaged only 3 points and 2 rebounds on 61% shooting in 26 games. Again, another freshman came on toward the end of the year, and that's a loss. You don't like to lose these kind of guys, but they have lost with the addition of Gorey and then another big Jack Manny. Um, Major losses at Fresno. So uh, let's talk Washington State. Washington State is in full roster reset mode right now. Uh, Even more fresh announcements over the last couple of days. As of now, 7 players. They're already losing 2 seniors. 7 players have expressed a desire to go into the portal. I announced last week Emili Yalaho, Case Wynot, and Emmanuel Ugbo. This week, guard Parker Garretts, who averaged 2 points and 1.3 rebounds, played 31 games. A guard who played limited minutes, Thomas Thrasterson, but then 2 big ones. Forward Andy Okafor, 6'10" junior, who averaged 11 points, 5.7 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, 58% shooting in 32 games. He was all WCC honorable mention. That's a big that you hate to lose, but again, we know the premium being placed on big, so big loss there. And then forward wing, Rihards Vavers, 6'7" junior, again a junior, looking to play a senior year somewhere else. Announced his intent to go in the portal. 11.5 points and 4 rebounds, shooting 41% from 3 in 29 games. This is a good player. Personal take on this, I don't know much about Washington State, but I want to know what's in the water in Pullman. They have a major rebuild to do. They weren't that bad last year. They weren't great, but they weren't that bad. And they had a lot of decent players that were lined up to come back. And I know the NIL situation maybe isn't great up there, but I have no idea why they're losing. That's an awful lot of people to lose. They are basically rebuilding an entire roster. So anyway, let's move on. That's pretty good. If there's anybody out there from Washington State, if you're watching live, let me know what's in the water. If not, if you see the video, leave a comment. I'd really like to hear what you think is going on. But I want to talk also, with roster changes, people going into the portal, that's one thing, but we got roster changes as well. And this is the big one, folks. On the coaching side, Utah has hired longtime Northern Iowa head coach Ben Jacobson, a proven culture and development guy, 5 NCAA tournament appearances, including a Sweet 16 with head coach CSU Ali Farokhmanesh as part of that team in 2010. Nearly 400 wins, 605 win percentage. My take on this, great guy. Just to point out what a great person he is. He came all the way from Cedar Rapids, Iowa to Fort Collins to be with Ali Farokhmanesh when Ali was named head coach at CSU last year. That's a 750-mile trip, gang. That's not a short car ride. That's how much he respects his players, his ex-players, his current players. He's a hell of a good man. I honestly think that Utah State has hired their next Stu Morrill. If you look at their win percentages, they were very, very close. Morrill was about 6'10", Jacobson about 6'05", and I think they're going to get a guy who's going to stay there a while in Utah State. They've had 5 coaches now in 7 years, guys leaving after 2 or 3 years, even 1 year, Danny Sprinkle. I think they've got their guy, and I think he'll be there a while. So just a quick status on the other ones. We talked about nothing going on at Texas State other than the announcement last week of DJ Hall, the Sun Belt Rookie of the Year, announcing he's staying with Texas State. It's very, very quiet in Oregon State. They've hired a new coach to replace Wayne Tinkle. Gonzaga have been very, very quiet on new announcements. We're going to start seeing, I think, some speculation on who might be joining the Zags next year. They've got some serious people to replace. So bigger picture, the calm before the tsunami, but here's the bigger picture coming over the next few days. Washington State is in the middle of a near total roster overhaul, and we'll keep an eye on that. San Diego State and Boise State losing key pieces and will need to be aggressive in the portal. Texas State's decision to keep the DJ Hall shows smart long-term planning. Utah State's hire of Ben Jacobson brings some great stability. It'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to maintain some key players off of Utah State's roster, some of whom have announced they're heading into the portal, and then see if he brings over people from Northern Iowa. And I may do some discussion on that tomorrow, do some digging to see what might be going on there. But it's coming, and it starts really soon. So we're about ready to wrap up. It's live chat time. Let's take a look at some of the comments here. I was going to do a poll, but what moves stand out here? But I don't like the polling. So here we go. Some comments from Lee. I could see Bird to Arizona. A really, really good fit there. Absolutely right. Kiadulis, good fit for UNC Bears. We'll see. Of those entering the portal, who are the top three you see drawing the most interest from P5 conferences? What three would you be surprised to see with a Power 5? So there's no doubt Fielder and Bird. Absolutely no doubt that they're heading to wherever they want to go. They'll get great offers. BJ Davis, he'll be close. I wouldn't be surprised. I think one of those at least one of those Washington State guys will get a P5 offer. One of the bigs. I got a couple of bigs going. Surprised to see a Power 5 offer. I'm never surprised by anything. None of them would surprise me with all the money that's floating around. Here we go. This is on Gonzaga. Need to replace Ike. They have a 6'10 Jack Cahill, who Zags beat Michigan out for. Might be looking for experienced big. Braden Huff, their great big man, broke his kneecap. He has to come back healthy. He's a critical piece. But the Zags have some good pieces, but you can bet they'll be very, very active in the portal. They'll be reloading. They'll have to reload big time. So here we go. This is a comment from New Mexico. Hit the international hard. Word is that San Diego State's going to be hitting international hard, following the Bullion model. A lot of teams have done very, very well internationally. You can get them at a good price and get some very, very highly skilled older players at a good price. You can see what Illinois has done with the international market. So anyway, that's it. Let's wrap it up now. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing this every day until it's unnecessary to do it, until the portal dies down. I expect to see announcements over the next few days prior to the portal opening, and then on Tuesday, April 7th. I would think that we'll see some genuine activity when players report that they're staying. We'll report that as well. Retention is obviously very, very important, but we'll be doing it daily at 9 o'clock every morning, Monday through Friday. Hey, drop a like, and let me know if you're watching. Let me know if you're enjoying the show. Thanks for joining live. Please like, please subscribe. My little puppy Bowen, please, he's begging you to subscribe. Turn on the notifications. We'll see you tomorrow. Until tomorrow, hey, stay locked in. Drive fast. Take risks. We'll catch you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Peace, everyone.